have a bit of a troll.
I wouldn't mind just the Nautilus here, or the Rakan, yeah. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, the lack of engage. Outside of, obviously, a Tryndamere can just run at you and a Camille can hookshot in.
But picks in their individual lanes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can get a lot of prio with this, especially with Pyosik being aggressive early. And obviously, Tryndamere is going to struggle pre-6 in this lane. Even with Diana here, like, he's not going to get a ton of help before Diana has her ult. We're going to just engage. What?
Yep, Pyosik going to have to probably get out of there. He's still burning down. He's going to get killed for first blood, and Carrier will pick that one up with his Ignite. Oh, dear.
Where was caught? Oh, no.
Again, okay, he's going to have to flash to get out of the way of the grand entrance, but there's the flash in from Beryl, gets the knock up onto Gumayusi, who dashes to get himself out of the way. The root comes through from the Graviton, but Beryl is going to fall down first. Faker gets the inside track yet again, and the low health bars from T1 can't be capitalized on here, as Deft has heal. He has flash, but he wants to stay in. He grabs one kill, flashes over the wall. Owner is after him, and can the crescendum work? It will not, as the kills are both locked down, and T1 walk away victorious.
T1 onto the Corki early.
Yeah. Oh, Deft might actually get caught out here as Carrier has vision over the wall, flashes on in with the grand entrance. Great crash down though as Deft tries to keep himself alive. Red White don't fight. They do manage to take him down, but it's a lot of AoE in here. Oh my goodness, it is a massacre. But DRX are going to reign supreme.
That's all Beryl, man. All Beryl on that play there. The play
in Beryl right there. Definitely playing this rel fantastically. Used to be the best friend of Samira back in the day, but we haven't seen that pair. He loves connecting the hookshot to that particular rock, as now Carrier with the quickness does try and get on in there. Avoids the grand entrance really nicely, and now the circles come in. Faker will turn up as Zeus is going to get taken down. Pyosik as well. Some low health bars, but it's Faker that's getting all of these kills. Owner picks up one of them, and now Zeka is running for the safety, or theoretical safety, of this turret. Faker still has the ulti, though, as he slows the Corki down, gets the flash. He's going to have to wait for another Valkyrie, but I don't know whether he'll have it in time, and he won't. Faker picks up his third for the fight.
Now, Faker still has flash.
One have a difficult game ahead of them. It's definitely not impossible, but it will become more and more difficult as Zeka gets more and more money. And as you can see here, T1 trying to defend. Won't be able to stop Shirley from ripping this thing apart, but not a whole lot that T1 would have been able to do about it. DRX's job becomes even more tough, right? Because they wanted to be setting up around objectives, getting that poke off, making
be the real one. Look at where Carrier is. He can deny anyone from approaching here.
Now, once again, vision is gained from DRX, but it looks like it's just commitment here from T1 onto the Baron. Zeka nowhere near it, and the Baron is going to be secured for what looks like for free, but in goes Beryl. Great Magnet Storm onto threes. The Moonlight Vigil comes down as well. Faker gets exhausted, and Deft is absolutely obliterated, but on the rest of the fight, it is looking okay here for DRX until Gumayusi gets that S rank, and they just decide that they're going to win. Zeka still does a lot of damage as Wind Becomes Lightning comes in. Pyosik's there once more as that front line, but it's a good stun from the hookshot. Good knock up as well. Zeus is going to have to chase after this one. Pyosik, can he actually get himself away? And it looks like he will. So it is Pyosik and Zeka against... Oh, never mind. It's Zeka against the world. As you can see, even Zeus is not finished yet. Yeah, and also takes 100% of all the aggro, as T1 will grab themselves the Cloud Soul as well. They've taken everything, apart from a couple of Heralds, is now King and Gas.
Back over here, you've got to be so careful as Deft, because Carrier's on the other side.
Yeah, Beryl has spotted him out here as the tower is going to fall down. Great grand entrance is going to connect onto Pyosik, but he has the ult to keep himself alive. Faker now gets underneath the turret immediately, has to use the ult, but it does not matter. That's a triple kill. One of them also picked up for Zeus as Zeka once again finds himself completely alone and may have to just watch his Nexus fall.
Faker, afraid of nothing, has his 3 items, got an Infinity Edge extremely early in this game, and might be time to revive the hashtag things Faker does, because he just walked into 5 people and obliterated them with Guma's help from the back line. DRX trying to use his Corki to defend, but it's not going to happen.
Nope, that ain't going to work, as the Hextech ultimatum says, nope, you're not allowed to leave. The Nexus will go down, and T1 wasted no time that time. That is going to be a 27-minute victory in Game 1. And look, we had questions around the range of this composition, things like that, but a circle to drop on top of all of the circles.
And he is just going to push it right into Zeka's health bar there.
Yeah, Beryl gonna have to get out, and oh dear, Deft definitely in a lot of trouble. Understood that he was going to die. so tried to get as much damage down as possible, and unfortunately...
Here is Gumayusi and Carriot with that wave timing you were kind of talking about are going to rotate up, but they pushed Zek out. They're going to collapse.
Yeah, Track Repel comes on in there as Beryl crashes down towards Gumayusi, trying to get him out of there, but Carrier is not going to be so lucky. And T1 are going to get some plates where they can. Faker turning up here in this mid lane and is actually playing aggressively because Owner is in the area. Zeka now has been exhausted, has to flash get himself out of the way as Owner is going to ult over the wall. Zeka still running from this one. See whether he can actually keep himself safe as he okay, kills the blast cone and then dies.
Yeah, it looks like a misclick there on clicking the blast cone. Probably one you should have seen that as they walked over a ward. Pioshik's here, but this turret is basically gone, so Zeka needs to be very careful. Owner, that's not the right path to take.
That's not exactly where he wants to be as Magnet Storm comes in. Beryl actually just goes so incredibly deep, and he will just be taken down. That's a slight overextension. Good reposition there. Zeka, can he actually survive this one? Picks up the kill onto Owner. Faker so extraordinarily low. The Q is going to connect though, and now Carrier is going to die as well. Pioshik grabs that kill, and DRX respond.
I mean,
walks up, but takes a lot of damage for it. Zeus on the flank, you can see not actually going for too much just yet. The all-in commit, not quite there, as there's the flash forward from Beryl. Mega Inferno Bomb, not exactly going to get the value that they really want, and Owner's now picking up these resets. Good knock up onto Carrier, but he's not the priority target, and Pioshik is going to get taken down in the end. Gumayusi stays alive. Red-White Guns definitely helping him out there, and that is a very, very nice set. Throw out the Eye of the Herald. Deft makes it back home, but they're not going to be able to defend this outer turret, and T1 really have DRX on the ropes right here.
They certainly do. It doesn't get much worse than this, unfortunately, as Deft is just struggling to defend over here. The Observer zoom out really showcases the oppressive T1. That Chronicle was mentioning earlier, they just, when they get a lead, they grab on and they do not let go.
Well, in goes Zeka, finds himself the ulti. There's the fear on Zeus as well, and he's basically out of the fight. Carrier is going to die first as the Moonlight Vigil goes entirely wide. And now Gumayusi, a bit of a sitting duck, as there's a Hextech ultimatum. Nothing he can do about it. Zeka almost dies, but that is 2 quick kills on the defense for DRX.
Really, really big turn here for DRX off of a fairly big overextension from T1. You know, we were
spotted there on the side. There's Beryl down to 50%. He's wanting to go, and you can see he's desperate to actually start this fight. There's now T1. They're just going to get themselves out of the area.
Inner
turret. Give this one up in trade for that inner turret, like you're talking about. So just taking what they feel is the better trade, almost too low to engage. As Zeus, yeah, he's keeping them on the clock, and DRX getting more and more desperate. They are going to try and burst down this dragon, but they will have to say goodbye to a large portion of their base, as you can see. Teleport to come forward, and now the flank from the Fiora is on. Pioshik down very, very low, and Owner steals away the dragon. Cataclysm, the flash comes out, and Gumayusi doesn't have his anymore, but he stays alive for so long, eventually does fall down, and the Rel going to be traded as well, as Zeus diving over the top. He threw out the challenge, and immediately Deft just exploded. As now Zeka, can he actually get enough of these fears to actually work out? And the answer looks like it's going to be no, as Kingan's going to go down. This could just be the ace, as the Vex nowhere to go. Zeus no mana, and so I think that Zeka will survive for the moment, but it looks like T1 have Baron on their mind.
Yeah, easy Baron follow-up here. The steal on the Drake is nice, but honestly, DRX in such a bad position, even if they had secured the Drake there, it's not really a win for them. The reason why this fight happened this way, the two things we were talking about, the Corki poke and the Zeus push, is why DRX felt pressured to look for any type of engage there and try to force the Drake so T1 would come to them. The problem is that Kingan did not have teleport, so he had to walk down, which gave so much extra time to Zeus, who did have his teleport available. Look at the gold. Zeka is the first one at less than 10K here across the graph.
And now, like, the best thing that you can look at as a DRX fan is, like, can they make it past 30 minutes?
Yeah.
As Pioshik is going to try and get into this backline, but before he can even use his flag, he's taken to 100 health. Mega Inferno Bomb finds absolutely no one, as Owner is going to be able to turn into a Jarvan and see whether he can do a better job. He dives forward. Kingan going to get taken down. The grand challenge going to be there to heal everyone back up, and Owner is still looking for more. Man, this guy's popping off, as he is going to be able to help take down this inhibitor. And T1, we'll see whether they stay for the end or whether it is just going to be another reset, but I have a feeling that they probably have enough to just win this game right here.
Yeah, it looks very likely. They have this wave coming through, 2 cannon minions empowered by the Baron, and they have so much damage. Owner at almost no health, doesn't even care.
Yep. And Gumayusi flashing forward because he can. He may as well use it. Zeka is going to get taken down by Faker in the end, and that is the victory. T1.
Also, I think Jace is a decent option, but it will be the Camille. And the Camille here is going to be basically Doran saying, I'm better than you, Morgan, and I'm going to end up laning better than you, and I'm going to be... He's
against Chovy.
So good at LeBlanc, and it's obviously a tough matchup for the Galio to play. Just going to be, so, you know, slow, and he's going to take some pot shots in the lane, as here comes Umpty, potentially here after this Krug steal. 6 is up for Morgan.
And diving Doran is difficult, and he should have level 6 on a couple of these minions. We're actually hovering on Morgan right now, who's very close to level 7. So there's level 6 for Doran, so he will have the Hex Deck Ultimatum to try and outplay this one. Can he actually do it, though, is the question. Decides he wants to try and hookshot his way out, but it's not going to work. And Morgan picks up first blood on the top side of the map. Fred man.
Free time here to Gen G in terms of Drake control.
Yep, teleport back there from Chovy, gets towards the mid lane, but you can see all of the waves outside of bottom lane. We're in control of Fred Breon, and they own the bottom river. So, really smart play, and Fred Breon, they bided their time, as per usual, but did secure themselves the Hex Deck Drake, and now it is going to be the Infernal Souls. Oh dear, Peanut comes in the nick of time, and Delight, not so delighted about that one.
Yeah, just getting caught there on the edge. Especially because Ruler's going to get a turret for free of extra gold. Like, you're winning right now as Gen G giving this away.
Well, you may as well also throw a Super Mega Death Rocket, and that's going to just sail around Runeterra from now until the end of time. Very, very nice. Going to join all of those Ash Arrows that I know all of us have been throwing outside of the map. Morgan taking a bit of damage here from Ruler, able to throw out a bunch of these as, yeah, that's a teleport in, and there's the heroic entrance. Playing side lane's a bit tough, Mr. Morgan, but Doran's also feeling the same thing. Hookshot trying to get him out of there as the Winter's Bite is going to connect. The Q misses, though, and that means that Doran will survive. Oh, dear, you hate to see that one.
Now, they are going to trade this for their own inner turret here. Henna's going to pick up a lot of this gold, which is massive for him, but Ruler has gotten too much. Lava's not going to be able to get this turret, will be forced away. Took away some of Chovy CS, but this is the kind of dive I was talking mishap for Gen G in terms of the call here, because Jink's going to look for the steal, not too far off.
Yeah,
but they went top
in the meantime.
How many?
A fair bit of time here.
How much Krug gold does he get before he dies?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if they're still there.
Yeah,
they are.
All right. Well, Hookshot's going to come through. There's the Hextech Ultimatum, heroic entrance. I've seen this combo before as Morgan breaks his stopwatch, but remember, there's no turret. I mean, he's giga dead, and he's going to get taken down. So Doran grabs one back, and that is going to feel good. As far as
where he is right now.
Yeah, Grompiel to go over to Ruler there as well. No life steal in the build, so needed that one. As now Morgan diving on forward. It is good. No, stolen by Umpty is now Doran trying to get in there. Hextech Ultimatum comes down as Chovy only going to find one knock-up, and immediately he's exhausted. Morgan gets into the back line, but the Gwen's immune, even more immune there with the stopwatch, and he's going to be able to pick up the kill onto Doran. There are so many low health bars though, and Ruler is getting excited. Gen G think they might have an opportunity here, but it's not quite correct. Delight falls down, so does Doran, and the Drake goes to Fred Breon.
This is, I think, the worst case scenario for Gen G
and things like that. But Henna, if he deals with everyone diving on top of him and survives, he kills everyone.
Yeah.
It's just what happens. As Peanut going to get caught by Lava, who's playing phenomenally on this LeBlanc. As in goes Doran, now they're going to look to try and force this battle. Henna tries to get out, but he's unable to. Stunned up by the Everfrost. Brilliant taunt from Chovy, who goes into his Zonyas immediately, and this is the example of the team fight we were looking for. Morgan able to do a fair bit, but unfortunately the bottom lane's already dead, and Gen G may just look for Baron.
This was a moment where Fred Breon did not know where Doran was. The observers highlighted it just a split second before Doran engaged there with a Hextech Ultimatum. This is an easy Baron follow-up here. No way to contest for Fred Breon. They didn't know where Doran was, and everybody on Gen G knew exactly where Morgan was. Yes, he had teleport, but he was in the side lane. He was deep. He was far away. And this composition, once you Hextech Ultimate him in, everybody just presses the ultimate buttons. Chovy goes Peanut, you know, like tying it all together, and the Ruler's like, yeah, I'm still on the Jinx. I'm still doing the damage. I'm still popping off. It feels like a fantasy come true.
Yeah. That being said, let's take it back to reality just a little bit, as they do have the Baron, right? This is still going to be a lot of power for Gen G. Fred Brion, they haven't had their base broken just yet. Doran teleports in. Lava looking to try and clean up this bottom lane. Splitting the map is Gen G. They'll be able to take this inner turret, and now the siege begins. Chovy cheating towards that mid lane where that heroic entrance is going to be available, but Peanut, getting flashed on. Good knock-up as immediately Ruler just evaporates. He's just dead, and the flashes now have to come out. The box goes down, and Gen G are on the run. Fred Brion, they had the plan, they had the idea, and Morgan just comes in and snipes. I mean, Jinx.
It doesn't get more snipe than that. Lance is going to use the blue buff to get out of here.
That was actually sick.
And he's going to toss a lantern for a little bit of extra shield, speed his way out of here. Well played, Lehens. They're going to take the blue buff away. But that was...
Actually survives. And now Gen G looking for their opportunity. Chovy not going to get any taunts or anything like that as Doran goes a little bit too far. Rest of the team not quite there as Morgan's getting some snips onto Peanut. Lower health bars here on Gen G, but they're still looking for an opportunity. They're holding onto the ults, and that is the important part. Chovy with a taunt. Doesn't actually find anyone at all. Now Peanut, can he get in there? Lava spotted over to the side as we move down towards the Drake. This is the important one as Morgan's tagged by the Zap. Some rockets coming through as well as now Morgan trying to turn it around. Doran getting into the backline. Delight is not his target as Umpty's in here. Can he actually secure this? The answer's no as Peanut locks it down, but now the fight is on. Morgan doing so much damage, and Henna is at full health. Everyone has to go golden. The GAs are in there, and Chovy finally tries to turn it on. Morgan's taken down though as Lava's in the backline, and Henna is still alive. Not for that much longer. As Lava with 200 health slinks his way out, but Gen G narrowly win the fight.
Gen G narrowly win the fight. They are able to secure the Drake, and it's so beautifully played on two fronts, the top and the bottom. As meanwhile,
yep, got a fight here as Lava is just dead. Chovy's going to be able to pick that one up. Justice Punch to the face. I do want to highlight
that's going to be another Baron. But yeah, I mean, the other thing about that fight too was just Gen G had Ruler at the perfect spot. He has GA, so they know that he's fairly safe, but he still just waited and waited.
So much better. But he definitely did. Lava remained good, right? Umpty was up and down, but had some fantastic moments. But this team is playing really, really well, despite the fact that they are now on the back foot and facing down Gen G with a Baron buff. Still call it almost a win. As in goes Doran, he gets delivered all the way to the back line. It's likely that he's going to fall down here, but no, goes into his stopwatch. Delight is going to be the first one to fall. Now Morgan, he's finally turned up. Moonlight Vigil does a fair bit of work from the back line as Morgan gets out. The Gwen was definitely immune there, but not for too much longer, as the Mist is now on cooldown, and Gen G is stand their ground and take down this inhibitor. The rest of them back to the fountain just to get healed up, and Doran doesn't have teleport just yet. So it's 4 versus 4 for the moment. There's Umpty. Yeah, looking to get around. He wants to get another pick onto Ruler potentially as Lava. A lot of damage there with the Mimic Distortion.
This is really, really a pretty open and shot case here for Gen G to push through. They have the minion wave, teleport comes through. Umpty's looking for anything, but it's not going to happen.
He has to try and make the play as Morgan goes golden, but man, the amount of damage from Ruler right now is just ridiculous. They take out the Gwen, and unfortunately for Fred Brion, it is not quite enough. It was a valiant effort, but in the end, Gen G's composition reigns supreme. My goodness, words are difficult. As the Nexus is finally going to get taken down, I think, if Chovy decides to take it as, yeah, Super Mega Death Rocket not going to be there. Good night, Nexus. Well, Gen G, they do manage to win game 1, but Fred...
Hey guys, EOW guy, Kane man, and you're on ShadowHitman is here. Make sure to like and comment on my videos, and our subscriber goal is about 10k. Yeah, carry on, tata, bye bye.